All right, let's dive in. Today, we're tackling Jon Rahm, a golfer who's making waves both on and off the course.
Yeah, he's a really interesting figure.
We've got a real mix of sources here, articles about his life, deep analysis of his playing style, and even some commentary that's, well, a little spicy, shall we say.
Yeah, I saw some of those takes. Definitely some strong opinions out there.
So is Rahm just another incredibly talented athlete, or is there more to his story that makes him so captivating?
Well, I think what makes Rahm so intriguing is that he's this compelling paradox. He's incredibly gifted, no doubt about it. But his fiery passion sometimes leads to those infamous on-course outbursts.
Oh, yeah, we've all seen those.
It's like this simmering intensity that can erupt unexpectedly.
It seems like that intensity is a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
It fuels his ambition, but also creates controversy.
Right.
Like there was that one instance after a frustrating shot where he reportedly bent his club completely out of shape. It makes you wonder, does he channel that energy into his game, or does it sometimes work against him?
It's fascinating to think about how his temperament influences his performance. I mean, his drive is undeniable. Look at his college career at Arizona State University. He won 11 tournaments there.
11?
Yeah, placing him second only to Phil Mickelson in the school's history.
Wow, second only to Mickelson. Talk about pressure. That's incredible. And his success didn't stop after turning pro in 2016, did it? Didn't he win his first PGA Tour event pretty quickly?
Absolutely. He secured his first PGA Tour victory at the Farmers Insurance Open just a year later in 2017.
So no beginner's luck there. It was a clear signal that he was a force to be reckoned with.
For sure.
So we see this pattern of raw talent and ambition, but also a tendency for things to get a bit heated.
Right.
Then, of course, there's the COVID-19 setback at the 2021 Memorial Tournament. He was leading by 6 strokes.
Oh, yeah, it was a commanding lead.
Yeah.
And then a positive test forces him to withdraw. Imagine that emotional roller coaster.
Oh, man.
From the peak of confidence to sudden disappointment.
It must have been devastating, especially considering how COVID impacted the whole sporting world. But what's remarkable is his resilience. Just weeks after that setback, he wins the U.S. Open. That's a comeback story for the ages.
It really is. That U.S. Open victory was truly significant.
Yeah.
I mean, it transcended the win itself. It was a testament to his ability to overcome adversity, to harness that mental toughness, and emerge even stronger.
Yeah, it solidified him as a true champion, not just a talented player.
Exactly.
Okay. Let's shift gears for a moment and delve into what makes him such a formidable golfer. You're the expert here. Break down his playing style for us. What are the key elements that set him apart?
Well, it starts with his power and precision off the tee.
Okay.
He can absolutely crush the ball, but he's not just about brute force. He combines that power with incredible accuracy. His driving accuracy percentage consistently ranks among the top players on the tour.
So he's not just a big hitter, he's a smart hitter.
Right.
But a powerful drive only gets you so far. What about his short game?
His short game is where his finesse really shines. During the final round of the 2023 U.S. Open, he faced this challenging 40-foot putt for birdie. Under immense pressure, he sank it with absolute confidence.
Wow.
His chipping and putting are top-notch, which is crucial for saving strokes and closing out those tight rounds.
That level of composure under pressure is remarkable. It seems like he has the whole package: power, precision, and mental fortitude. But we know there's more to Rahm than just his performance on the course. When we come back, we'll explore his life off the green, his family life, his cultural impact, and of course, that LIV Golf controversy. Stay with us.
Definitely a lot more to uncover. So let's shift gears a bit and look beyond the golf course. Jon Rahm, the man beyond the scores and stats.
Yeah, because Rahm's not just defined by his golf game. He's a husband, he's a father, and someone who really values his Spanish heritage. How does he navigate all of these different roles?
Well, his commitment to family is really admirable. He's talked about the challenges of balancing a demanding career with being a present father and husband.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's got to be a constant juggling act.
For sure. It makes you wonder, does that balance actually impact how he approaches the game? Does it give him a different perspective, a sense of grounding?
That's a really interesting question. It's possible that family life provides that stability and perspective.
Yeah.
And then there's also his role as a cultural ambassador for Spain, something he seems to take a lot of pride in.
It is interesting to think about how he represents not just himself, but his country on the world stage. Speaking of representing himself, we can't avoid the elephant in the room, the LIV Golf controversy. In December 2023, he made the decision to join the Saudi-backed LIV Golf Series, a move that sparked a lot of debate.
Yeah, it was definitely a controversial move,
Yeah.
especially considering his previous statements about loyalty to the PGA Tour. He was even critical of the LIV format at one point, saying that a big sum of money wouldn't change his life, and that he played for history and legacy.
And yet he accepted a reported $566 million contract to join LIV Golf. It seemed to contradict his earlier stance,
Right.
which of course raised questions about his motivation.
Yeah.
Did financial incentives outweigh his commitment to the PGA Tour or even his personal values?
It's a complex situation.
Yeah.
The decision led to his suspension from the PGA Tour, which obviously has implications for playing in certain prestigious tournaments. It was a calculated risk career-wise. And of course, LIV Golf itself has faced a lot of scrutiny.
Absolutely. The source of LIV Golf's funding, Saudi Arabia's public investment fund, has drawn a lot of criticism with accusations of sports washing. Critics argue that the series is an attempt to use the popularity of golf to improve the image of a nation with a questionable human rights record.
So by joining LIV Golf, Rahm inevitably became associated with those controversies.
Right.
It's a complex situation with no easy answers. It forces us to think about the changing landscape of professional golf, the power dynamics between players and institutions, and even the ethical considerations around sports and global politics.
It's a multifaceted issue, for sure, and it's important to acknowledge that there are valid points on both sides of the argument. We're not here to make judgments or take sides, but rather to present the information and encourage you, the listener, to form your own conclusions.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We want to promote critical thinking and thoughtful discussion. So, stepping back from the controversy for a moment, what are some broader lessons we can learn from Jon Rahm's journey? It's a story full of contradictions and complexities, but it also offers some valuable insights.
Absolutely. So what can we learn from this fiery, talented, and sometimes controversial figure? What stands out to you?
Well, one key takeaway is the power of passion, but also the importance of channeling it effectively. We've seen how Rahm's intensity can be both a driver for success and a source of difficulty. It's about finding that balance.
Right.
Harnessing the fire without letting it burn out of control.
It's a delicate balance, for sure. What about his response to setbacks, like the COVID situation? He didn't let it derail him.
That's another powerful lesson, resilience. His ability to bounce back from that disappointment and win the U.S. Open just weeks later shows incredible mental toughness. It really highlights the idea that setbacks are inevitable, but it's how we respond to them that defines us.
It's about getting back up, learning from the experience, and coming back stronger. And we can't forget his constant drive to improve. Even at the top of his game, he seems to be always refining his skills and pushing his boundaries.
Exactly. That pursuit of excellence, that dedication to continuous improvement, it's a hallmark of truly great athletes.
Yeah.
It's about never settling, always striving to reach the next level. And finally, I think Rahm's story reminds us about the importance of finding that balance between pursuing ambitious goals and nurturing personal values and relationships.
It's about recognizing that success isn't just about trophies and accolades. It's about living a fulfilling life on and off the course. It's about achieving a sense of harmony between those personal and professional aspirations.
Now, as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of Jon Rahm, let's think about the question of his legacy. Given his talent, his complexities, and the choices he's made, how will his impact on golf be remembered?
It's like we're seeing this clash between, tradition and innovation in golf right now.
Good.
Loyalty versus opportunity.
Rahm's right in the thick of it.
He embodies both the immense talent and the really tough choices facing golfers today.
Yeah, it's a fascinating dynamic.
It's like we're watching this case study. In contrast, you see the raw passion, the calculated decisions, the desire for legacy, and then the pull of those financial rewards. It makes you wonder if that young kid from Spain could have ever imagined where he'd be now.
Yeah, it's amazing to see how things unfold. His story is still being written full of unexpected turns. It reminds us that we don't always have the answers, and sometimes the journey is more important than the destination.
It really is. He's a force to be reckoned with, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Whether you admire his tenacity or question some of his choices, there's no denying his impact. He keeps us all on our toes.
So to our listeners out there, keep an eye on Jon Rahm.
He's one to watch.
His story is a glimpse into the forces shaping the future of golf, and it's far from over.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of Jon Rahm. We hope you gained some new insights or maybe even had your perspective challenged a bit.
It's always good to question and explore.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep those passions burning bright.
That's how